Hey everyone, welcome to the live. Welcome to the replay. I gotta turn my light on just a second. It's kind of dark. I'll be right back. Hey, I am going to show us how, hello, I need to switch this over to my VIP group. If you guys aren't into the VIP group, just type in VIP. That's where we do giveaways and sample packs and sales that I can only offer to my customers is in the VIP group. So let me get over there, share this over there. So we're going to be trying something new tonight, and hopefully it will work. We might have to scrap it and start over. So if you are just joining me, I am new to Chalk Couture. So I'm learning as I go, and so I'm loving that everyone's getting to grow with me and kind of get to experience Chalk Couture through a new experience like you would if you started with Chalk Couture. So let me get this over there, so hold on. We are going to be chalking on wood. I got these little, okay, now I can see if there's any comments or anything. I got these little, I went to Home Depot and had them, got some untreated pine and had them make little, basically 4x4 for tiered tray look. So we're going to do that tonight, but I'm hoping that I get to use this metallic gold on the project. So it's going to be, we're going to be using our Farmhouse minis like we've been doing. So I've just been kind of doing this whole series on what can you do with the Farmhouse series, Farmhouse minis. And there comes 12 to pack, and so I've just kind of been using them randomly, and and just experimenting with them. So we're going to see if this works out tonight. So we're going to do it on that, and then we're also going to do a candle. You can chalk on candles, and then I want this one because we're actually going to decorate a tiered tray tonight, and so I want, this is really cute. This is like a handmade, Good People, the kettle corn one, and so I'm going to chalk on the back of it so it kind of goes with my Farmhouse theme, but I love the lid on it as well. So, you know, when you're doing your tiered trays, it's a huge trend right now. The big thing is you just want to go around the house and just pick out things that you have, you know, odds and ends that you like, colors, just little personal mementos that you like to make your tiered tray. So I'm trying to find myself in my group in case somebody has any questions. There I am. Okay. So let's just talk about some of the things that I've already made. And we have two different options with Chalk Couture when we do our projects. And the transfers go well with each one of them. So we have an ink that makes everything permanent so you can actually wash it. So I made these cute little Farmhouse tea towels. And what I love about when you do it on the fabric, it's not raised. It's actually feels like it's part of the fabric. So you just heat set it with an iron, and then you're able to put it in the washer with just like you would regular wash your clothes with, okay? So that's one way that we've already done. The other way was to do it the ink on the ceramics. So that was another two other of the mini transfers. Again, you just use it with it's easy to clean off just like our chalk. You heat set these in the oven, and now I'm able to put them in the dishwasher and wash them like I normally would the rest of my ceramics or my coffee mugs and dishes. Okay, the other way was we etched on glass, okay? So I just used the transfers. Let me see if you can actually see it. I just used the transfers, the Farmhouse transfers, to put them on the glass. And I used etching cream, so you can just go buy that at Hobby Lobby, use our transfers, and just, when I did it, I just washed it, put it under the sink, and let the cold water wash the etching cream off the transfers and the glass as well, because it is a chemical. You don't want to get it on your skin and stuff. And here are the other two wine glasses that we did with the etching cream. That's a little hard. There we go. Okay, so hopefully you can see those. It's very light, but it's a very neat feature. And it's perfect for when you have the girls over and everybody wants to keep their glasses to themselves, so you can personalize them and everybody knows which glass is theirs. Okay, so the next thing we did, now we're going to do, hopefully, we're going to get to do a glam farmhouse look. So I'm making these little, I went and got these, you know, like I said, at Home Depot, I had them cut them for me. Untreated pine, okay? So I just put like a little base coat on there. I sanded it. Make sure you sand it because you don't want to get, you know, splinters in your paint brushes or in your transfers. So sand it, and then I put like a base coat on there. It can be anything. Like I used some old chalk paste, you know, just to kind of make sure that the wood doesn't absorb all my metallic paint. So this is still drying. I did 3 of them, so hopefully we get to actually work on them. They dry well enough that we can work on them. If not, we might have to switch our mode here and actually just use some regular chalk paint or chalk paint to prep our surface with. Okay. So first, I'm going to show you kind of what I was thinking with how I did the look on these. Because if you could tell, they kind of have a, let me see if I can, that light. No, it's not really helping. They kind of have a little bit of a texture to them. And normally, when you do your surfaces, you want it to be as flat as possible. But again, I'm experimenting, and I wanted to see how it would come out if I did a little bit of texture on it. So that's still drying. So let me show you kind of how I did it. So this is from Home Depot. This is decor art. I think it's actually Americana Decor Metallics, and it comes in silver, gold, copper. So there's a variety of different colors you can use, but I was kind of thinking more for Valentine's Day as well. So kind of getting in that mode. So I went ahead and got the gold. So let me go ahead and just bring you down to the surface here and just kind of show you. I just took it's real simple and real easy to clean up. That's what I like it. So I started up with a popsicle stick, okay? And basically I just took that and, whoop, not make a mess on it. Took that and globbed it on my board, okay? And this is kind of what you would do if you were going to do, like, if you've ever seen someone paint a canvas. So then I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to take this little spreader, which I've got at the dollar store, I think a Dollar Tree, with the rest of these, and you're just going to act like you're, you know, spreading icing on a cake, basically. And so I'm just going to spread over it and see if it can get some dimension in it. But I have that bottom coat, so hopefully this doesn't absorb into the wood as much. Okay, and then I'm going to keep letting those dry while we do the candles. That will be our next project. Okay. Okay, so I'm put that off to the side. Take this and just scrape the rest of it off. And then just easy clean up, take your paper towel and just wipe it off. And it is good to go. And that also cleans up just with soap and water. So it's easy to clean up. Okay. So I like a little glam. Who is just farmhousey? Who just likes to be farmhouse? Very like just the simple, the simpler the better type thing. I like to give my items a little bit of a sparkle. Let me see. I'm going to clean this off before we get started. So for those that are new to Chalk Couture, just make sure your surface is clean and dry. So like those, I need to make sure they actually are dry before we start. On this one, I think I'm going to put in, let's see, which one's These are the ones we haven't used yet, so I wanted to kind of feel like, I think the milk and cream would look pretty good back here. So our transfers, they are reusable, you know, a dozen times. Most designers get more use out of them, so don't worry about, you know, just use them as long as you can. They're sticky on the back, and then they have this little screen in the middle, and that's how you get the very clear and crisp look, even on the fabrics. So it's like it's more of a silk screen. Most people want to relate them to a transfer or a stencil, and they're similar, but so much easier to work with. Okay, I would say they're kind of the in between a Cricut, that you know, using your Cricut to make your designs, and a stencil, because they're still sticky. They still have very unique designs, but they're kind of in between that. So always keep your backer sheet, because we'll wash this up and we'll put it back on here so we can reuse it, okay? So I'm going to do the red. I'm going to use this in the red because I want a little pop of color on my tiered tray. And there we go. So when you're doing your paste, for those new, you want to make sure that it's kind of a yogurt-like consistency. And if you feel like it's too dried out, you just sprinkle some, they say distilled water, kind of helps it maintain its color. But if it's too wet, basically you would just leave it open and let it kind of dry out a little bit. So chalk paste is kind of the in-between of what, I have paint on my hands, so let me get that off. It's in between of old school chalk and chalk paint. So chalk paste, it goes on wet, but it dries hard, and it stays on there until you're ready to remove it. And you know, you kind of have to get some elbow grease on it to remove it, but it will remove fairly easy. So now I'm just going to take and just glop my paste on. You don't have to be nice and pretty. This is a very forgiving project. All of our projects are forgiving, so you don't really have to be an artist. You don't have to be careful. You just have to kind of go with it, and that's what I love about it. One of the reasons I became a designer was this last year and a half has been a little tough. You know, you just have those years that things aren't going exactly your way, and you just need to add some fun in your life. And I love and enjoy doing crafts. I used to actually paint furniture and sell it at local boutiques in here in Northwest Arkansas. And it was just time for me to get back to that, right? It was just time for me to get back into my crafting mode and do something that I enjoy for myself. So that is one reason. And then my mentor, who I signed up under, she does her lives, and it was just fun. I mean, she made it look fun. She was having a good time, and you know, she made you want to have a good time. Okay, so we're going to do the reveal, and as always, I'm always impressed every time I do a reveal with the paint. You do want to be careful with your transfers. You want to peel them off from like top to bottom or left to right to help keep from stretching them, because these are kind of like a fabric. So to keep from stretching, and then you'll be able to reuse them. So isn't that cute? Milk and cream. That is cute, adorable. I haven't got to use that one yet, so I love it. What do you guys think? You like it? Hey girls, how are you doing? Okay, so we're gonna set this to the side and let it dry. And then I'm actually gonna take and put another one on this candle. And I didn't prep that surface. This surface, I just made sure it was clean. I'm not gonna prep this surface. I'm just gonna make sure it's clean. And then make sure it's dry. So my transfer will stay on it. Okay. And then I think I'm going to do the simple living, and I almost wonder, for some reason I feel like it needs to be green. Like the little sheepy, it needs to be green. So I'm going to put this on here. Again, they're flexible, so they go on rounded things very nicely. You don't have to worry about, you know, moving it. It sticks on there. Your design's going to look nice. Okay. I'm just going to take this and stir it up and make sure it's the right consistency. And it is a little dry. So let me make sure that the water is just not sitting on top. I've been thinking that it's Monday like all day today. How about you guys? That day after Christmas and New Year's has gotcha. So it is a little dry, so I'm just barely putting in a few little squirts of water just to kind of get the consistency going. There. Okay. So we did it tonight. We've already done it on a glass jar for a candle. And then we're going to do this one on the candle itself. And it will burn exactly the way. It's not going to affect your burning time or your burning of the candle. So let me put this over here. Again, you just take your your squeegee, and you put it on the design part. So you don't really need to worry about the blue part. You just want to make sure that it's all over the design. And this month, I just want to invite you all, if you do live in Northwest Arkansas, I am having a Valentine's workshop. I'm still kind of working on some projects that you guys can do. I'm just going to make it an open project. So you guys can come over and use, I'll have a few surfaces that you guys can use, and then I'll have some Valentine's transfers, that including this month's Chalk Couture and paste, that you guys can just come over to my home and just create whatever you guys would like to create. But I will have some ideas and that I'll be posting very soon. I just haven't got the transfers just yet. So I'll be doing that. Let's see, I'm gonna clean off my, okay, before I do my reveal. So if you are interested in that and you haven't received an invite, just type in invite and I will get you guys added to the party. There's 2 times. There's one on a Saturday, I think is the 11th, and then there's one on a Thursday, which I think is on the 16th. And it's a drop-in, and you know, as you can, and you want to just come for about 45 minutes to an hour to create your project. Isn't they cute? So it's very laid back. It's just, I want to get people here just to try the product and, you know, kind of see what they think, just kind of get your hands on it. Okay. We got that one done. So my next thing is to see if our boards are going to be dry enough. They're still pretty sticky. We might have to save these for our Valentine's. Yeah, I don't think I got them done in time. So we are going to switch gears and we're going to do one. Let me just see how. We're going to paint one in white with just white chalk paint. This is Annie Sloan chalk paint. And ladies, I just have it left over from my furniture painting days. But you can, let me put this up too so it doesn't dry out. But you can chalk paint at Home Depot. You can purchase it at Walmart. You can purchase it at this brand, at the Annie Sloan brand. There's a Red House Market in Fayetteville. I know it's a longer name than that, but if you're interested in the Annie Sloan paint, let me know and I'll get you the store that carries it. Annie Sloan is exclusive, so they can only sell it at certain shops in our area, so you would have to go to that shop or buy it online. I do love Annie Sloan chalk paint, but I've also heard very good things about the Walmart chalk paint. I've heard that it still has good coverage, so something you might want to try out if you're already there and you're gonna just be doing small projects like this. It would be, that would probably be better spent, your money better spent on. Okay, so I'm gonna get this ready, and we're gonna actually paint this board. So we're gonna paint it and then dry it and then do our Chalk Couture. So it's gonna take a little bit longer than normal, but okay, open this up. And I'm just going to use a Lysol wipe to spread this on, or I might even just have I'll use the Lysol wipe. So I'm just going to just blop some on here, just like I did the gold, but it's going to dry faster because I'm going to thin it out a little bit more. So this will give you more of your classic farmhouse look. Okay, and I promise we'll use these and with our Valentine's Day look. Okay. So basically I just took a wet wipe and got my paint on there. I like this method for these short little projects because it's a lot less cleanup. And that's what I love about Chalk Couture is the cleanup is easy. The project itself is easy and it comes out wonderful every time. There's some hiccups sometimes, like you don't it doesn't dry just like it should, or it kind of smears. But it's all stuff that you can correct and stuff that I'll show you how to correct. Okay, so let me dry this. And I'm using kind of a heat gun, girls, just because it's not as loud. But really you'd want to use a blow dryer at your house, or just wait, 5 minutes and let it dry. And you can tell when it's drying because it's not as shiny, so it gets a little more matted finish there. I think I have kind of come up with an idea on how I can get a little of the glam on this. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, it's dry, so I can put my hand on there and I don't think I'm getting any. Yep, it's dry. So I'm going to use, I think this little guy, this little turkey. Okay, again, make sure you save your backing. And some people actually put the word back on there so they know which one's the front and the back. But remember, whenever you put your transfers up, it's always on the shiny side. So just remember, my group is always very shiny. So guys, as we're going along, if you have questions, just feel free to put them in the comments or send me a direct message and I will definitely get back to you guys. Our new Club Couture transfers out, and I don't have it yet, but as soon as I do, we will be doing a live to show it to you. But it is the cutest little Valentine's heart that they put together. So our Club Couture is, you get a, I'm just gonna, sorry, interrupt my conversation there. I'm just gonna plop this on there. Our Club Couture is an exclusive monthly subscription box, basically. So each month you get a new transfer. It's like an 8.5 by 11, I think, or 8 by 11, something like that. You get the paste packets and you know what you need to do the project. Everything but a surface. It comes with everything but a surface. And this month, if you're in my VIP group, I'm actually doing a sale on a surface that if you are not a member of, just go in there and do my VIP. If you join the Club Couture this month, I'm running a sale on surfaces, on a surface. So just go in there and check it out. So basically, I blocked the chalk paste, and that's what we're using right now, is the paste. I put it all over the transfer, and then I took my squeegee and took off the excess, basically. Okay. And so you can tell that our projects really do not take a whole lot of paint or chalk paste. So this jar is a 3-ounce jar, so it will last you forever. Okay. And you want to take off the transfer while it's still wet, because if you leave it on there while it's dry, the transfer will actually bring up the paint. So just be careful with that. Again, you want to, there we go. Bring it up from top to bottom or left to right so you don't mess up your transfer. Let's just see this little guy come out. Oh, isn't he cute? Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Love it. Okay. I'm going to put some gold just on the sides and see if I like that. We're going to see if we like that or not. Just to give it just a little bit different look. And then I don't have to worry about the drying. Oop. Are you with me? There. I'm just going to dab it on, and then I'll use my little baking thing, my little spreader, to spread it out. And give it some texture and dimension, and give it a little farmhouse glam. Okay. Let's see if this works or not. And see if we like it or not. I kind of like it. And you see that I'm dabbing it? That's what's giving it more texture. So I'm kind of just I'm not spreading it smooth. I'm spreading it out so it covers my project, but then I'm kind of bringing it up so it has a little bit of a texture to it. Oh, that turned out so cute. I like it. Okay. I think I'm going to have fun with these little metallics colors. Okay. And that's what my word for 2020 is. Who all has words for 2020 this year? My word is fun, because I want to incorporate as much fun into my life as possible. And just like our projects, I was thinking, you know, our craft projects are so much like real life, you know. When I got these back from after Home Depot, cut them, they didn't do a very good job. Just face it. I mean, they didn't do a very good job. It looked like they needed a new saw. No big deal. That's how life is, right? We come out, we're not all cut the same, but we just kind of take what we have and make it more beautiful. And I think that's kind of what crafts are about. You just kind of take what you have and you make it a little bit more beautiful. So I don't know if the light's gonna, let me see if I can turn this light off. And let you see, actually see that. Aw, isn't that cute? A little farmhouse glam. Okay, so that's what we're calling that. So let me clean up my mess, and I'm going to show you kind of what I want to start. I'm going to start a tiered tray, and then we're going to keep adding to it. So who has a tiered tray that they like to decorate? This was super inexpensive to get these little boards, you know, like you go to Home Depot, let them cut it however they want to cut it, and then you make it beautiful, just like you have to do in your life. Okay, put that there, clean up just a little bit more, make some more room. That's the other reason I like the chalk paint and the chalk paste, is that everything dries super quick. So before we start the tiered tray, though, let me show you how to clean your transfers. Okay, I'll put this here. Make sure I don't mess anything up. Okay, just show you how to wash everything up with soap and water. Actually, just water, not even soap. So even better, right? Let me get this and take you back down and show you how to wash up your transfers, and then you're going to save them. Okay, so I just throw mine in the bucket of water. You want to wash them as soon as you can, and just remember that you know, they might stain on the transfer, the blue side part of the transfer, which is fine. You just want to make sure that there's none in the actual design. So get that out. Okay. And you can just take them to your, if you're at home, just take them to your sink and wash them up. Wash them on both sides, okay? And then you're just going to lay it on the sticky side up. And when it dries, you're going to put it back on your backing on the shiny side, okay? Okay, let's see, that one's almost done. Oop. And I thought I had one more. There it is. And the red's probably the worst at actually staining your transfers. And if it bothers you too much, we have like what they call board erasers that you could use to get the red off, and it does actually do a pretty good job. So doing that, but you can kind of tell what's still the staining part and what's actually the chalk paste. Okay. And the tools that I use, like the mini squeegees, we also sell those. So you can find everything that I used tonight. You can find the transfers and the squeegees in my shop. So if you're wanting to shop for it, just type in shop, and I will provide you the link to get the transfer and some paste. Okay, so again, you just take this, put it in water, and it is cleaned up. So you would do that with all your tools, but I'm going to just do that so we can move on. Okay. Okay, so I have a tiered tray that I've had forever, and actually it's used for, it's actually used for like a food service tiered tray, but we are going to actually use it to kind of do like a mock-up. And like I said, we're going to start it, and then we're going to keep going. We're going to keep adding to it. So some of the things that we're going to add to it is some garland. You know, those beaded garland that everyone is making, everyone has in all their little photo shoots. We're going to do that. Let me get this where you can see it. Okay. So odds and ends, so I'm Mandy Ross, and so I just have this cute little R that I'm going to use. And let's see, I'm going to put him right here with some candles to hold him there. Okay. Actually, I'm going to back up and put some greenery just as a filler in the bottom. So it kind of takes up space without making it look too cluttery. Let's see, it's a little harder to do this from the back side, but let's see, kind of twist it back here. Just kind of manhandle it and get it twisted back over there. Okay, and this little guy, we're going to set you up a little bit more. Okay, we're going to do the symbol and this little guy right here. And really, you want to kind of tier things. So I have this little bookend, this little duck bookend. If you didn't know, brass is really in right now. We might put him over here for just now. I have these little cute, these are little napkin rings that, you know, have a little birdie on them. So we're just going to put them up here and down there. I'm going to go ahead and put its little partner over here just to kind of give it some more interest. I'm not sure if you can see though. And then we can put this little guy, I'm thinking, like, move this guy over. Isn't that cute? Okay, it's just a start. We're going to put some more of these tiered tray signs. So there's just a 4x4 piece of wood, untreated pine wood that I had cut and created that on. We did the candle tonight. Oh, I wanted to do, we did this little candle tonight. I wanted to put just this is a little pampered chef towel. And actually right now they have them on sale for like $3 for a 2-pack, and they're normally like $12. So I just kind of wanted to put him up here just to kind of a little more fill in basically. Let's see. That helps. See if I can push you back just a little bit more. So we still need, I think, one right here, which would be good. Right here. And I think one would probably maybe scoot him up and maybe put one back there. Let's see. So these guys are actually, no, they're still kind of sticky. I might actually try one real quick and see what it does. But it's starting. We have more to add, and we'll do that as we go along. So let me see if I can move this over. My little turkey guy doesn't want to stay, and he's still kind of wet. So I'm going to put him back down here. Okay, let me see if I can pick this up. Okay. With all the stuff on there without breaking anything. Okay, put it back over here. Okay, now let's see. Let me see if I'm daring enough to put, they're kind of sticky. This one is probably, I'm going to try it. Okay, I think the worst case scenario is that I get paint on the back of my transfer and I'll have to take it off. So let's do the fresh eggs 25 cents and just kind of see what it looks like and see what it does. Okay, because I really do like how this turned out. And I'm going to, the other thing I want to tell you guys is if you are, when you're putting these on, as long as you get your, when you cut these out, they have lines in them. And as long as you follow that, you should be able to, as long as you've got the whole thing centered up, your design should be centered up. So sometimes that is a little tricky. But remember, you can pull it up and start over again and, you know, until you get it in the right spot, okay? So I'm just going to take this and dry the squeegee off. It's one we used earlier, okay? And I'm just going to take and blot this at the top and blot it on the side and at the bottom, and then use the squeegee to kind of move it around, okay? So I didn't put it directly on the screen, I kind of put it off the screen. Okay. So we've been going for, about 40 minutes, but we've done a lot of crafting in that 40 minutes. Okay, take this off. We've learned a lot of good stuff in 40 minutes. Uh-oh. I see that I got some paint off my transfer here, which is fine because I should be able to just wipe it off while it's still wet. Okay. So this is pulling up the paint just a little bit. Let me show you. I think it's just because I haven't let it dry completely. So, lesson learned, you probably, if you're going to use that metallic paint, let it probably dry like 24 to 48 hours, I would say. And then I should be able to get it off my transfer though. Okay, just wipe off that little area. If it doesn't come off, you can always just put paint back on it. So yeah, I should have waited a little bit longer because it's kind of the 25 cents and some other areas are not completely on there. So lesson learned. You're learning from my mistakes, but it's still, I mean, it's farmhouse country, right? With a little bit of glam. So let's do this one. Do these two on there. Okay, well, I'll let you guys go, and thank you for joining me. I hope you got some good ideas. Hope you learned a few lessons, and happy chalking. And I know it's a lot to take in. This is very easy to do, but there are so many options that sometimes it can get confusing. So guys, just let me know what you're trying to do, what your idea is, and I'll help you get the products and tell you everything that you need to make it, okay? So happy chalking, and look forward to talking to you guys. Bye.